What is going on, everybody? Blazin here. Welcome back to the channel, and thank you for joining me on another Raid Shadow Legends video. All right, I was recently asked by another content creator, The Real Deal. Shout out to him, by the way. I'll put a link to his YouTube channel in the comments down below, so make sure if you already haven't followed him, you go follow him. But I was recently asked, who is my favorite champion? And when I gave him the response, he was like, bruh, real? You trolling? And, you know, he was expecting something like Siphi or Rotos to Ross. And honestly, while those champions are great, I look at like the overall utility of the champion and, you know, how accessible is this champion? And to be quite honest, like, yes, Siphi, Taraz, all of them, they're great. They're account changing when you get them. But guys, if you don't have them, they're not going to do much for your account, right? The accessibility of those champions is very limited. And even so, how much can they do? But let's go ahead and get into what is my favorite champion. And you're going to be very shocked at this. Who would have guessed that Bellower is actually my favorite champion? Yes, it's actually Bellower. You're going to say, what? Really? Come on. No way.
You serious?
But guys, he is semi-accessible, right? He is accessible through void shards, which is, you know, a little bit on the more difficult end, but he just does so much for the account. And that's what I really love about him, right? That's why he's my favorite champion, because I can always lean in on him if I need to do certain things, right? If I need a campaign farmer, he's solid for it. He solos my minnow in like 30 seconds. He does my potion keeps for level 15. He does all of them, right? Normal Doom Tower, 95% of the floors, he can solo him, and the build is not that crazy, right? The versatility of this champion, whether it's in a stun set or a nuke set, is just so insane, and that's why I love him. That's why he is my favorite champion. But real quick, we'll break down the skill kit. The A1, right, attacks all enemies, has a 20% chance of placing a block active skills, books up to 30%. Block active skills is very important for a lot of areas in the game, right? If they can't, if you're just block active, like if they, come on, wake up, But if, you know, they can't use their skills, if they can only use the A1s, guess what? Makes things a little easier for you, right? The A2 attacks all enemies, has a 50% chance of placing a 15% decrease speed, so the low version of it for 2 turns, right? And it books up to 75% chance on a 3-turn cooldown. Decrease speed is one of the most important debuffs you can bring, right? Being able to go fast, especially in the early game when you first start an account, you are going to be challenged by speed. Being able to decrease the speed of your opponent makes it so that you kind of actually have an increased speed on yourself, right? Granted, again, it's a 75%, but very solid, right? The A3 attacks all enemies, has a 75% chance, books up to 100 of placing a weak source, so 25% chance, 25% decrease attack for 2 turns, has another 100% chance when booked, right, of placing a 30% decrease defense. If you don't have somebody that can place the big versions for a rare, he is insane, right? Decrease defense and decrease attack definitely helps. Now, as for the aura, it's 15% in factions. If it was, you know, 15% all the way around in every battle, that would be great. But it's not, but we'll take it. Hey, faction wars, I still build him and have him in mind. Let me show you guys what I currently have mine built with and what he can do. Okay, so on my Bellower, yes, I have him fully ascended. He was actually one of the first champions I ascended to a 6-star and prioritized because I use him so much on my account. I know, you're laughing. You're saying, really? Come on, you've got almost every champion in the game. You're really utilizing Bellower.
Then everyone loses their minds.
But yes, guys, I am. I have him built with a crit damage and lifesteal set. When you're starting off the game, lifesteal is probably one of the most, or the bigger sets that you're going to get, right? So it's very comparable to what you're going to have, right? We don't have any refresh accessories and we don't have any reaction accessories on him. They're not really needed. Now, another set that you could really put him in would be a stun set, right? Because he's got AoEs on everything. He is the perfect candidate for it. Stats wise, I really did not go crazy on him, guys. 46k HP, 4.4k attack, 210 speed. Defense wise, we do have him built with 2.2k, 100% crit rate, 270 crit damage. We've got enough resistance to be able to, you know, take on the small things, right? We didn't really build out too much for it. Basically, a little bit just for Minnow, right? And then 281 accuracy. The build is not insane, but as for the booking situation, he is a rare champion. You can book him pretty easily, right? Phantom Touch is the one that I took for him at 6-star. It's just God tier for him, right? And the masteries, we did go down and we came down and took War Master along with Methodical, Kill Streak. We did take Wrath of the Slaying with Bring It Down, Single Out, and Whirlwind of Death along with Keen Strike, Heart of Glory, and we took Precision. Now, if you're going to go and use them for a lot of the, you know, soloing stuff, you do want to go down the support tree because taking Spirit Haste is pretty big. Lore of Steel along with Swarm Smiter and Charge Focus with Pinpoint Accuracy. All right, so let's go ahead and start off on the showcase with using him for the keeps, right? Let me make sure I spell that right. There we go. We throw him in. Let's go ahead and throw in some food champions, right? Make sure that we're utilizing our energy as much as possible, getting everything done the right way. Let's just go ahead and throw in these 3 or 4 because we need one more. Throw in a 1-star so we keep it synchronized. But he is going to be able to solo this no problem. Look at that. No problems at all, right? It's going to be, what, a 30-second run for stage 15. Now, he probably could solo the higher stages. But at this point, I farm stage 15 because it's fast, it's good for energy, and I get both of the small and large potions. But you can see here, what is it, 30 seconds, we've got the Arcane Keep down, right? And yes, I do farm this because I do need the small potions, right? Fusions are a killer. Let's go ahead with the red stage, right? Stage 15 again. Take him out. Throw them back in. And he's going to do the same exact thing here, right? He's Void Affinity, so you don't have to worry about the weak hits. That's never going to happen, right? It's just so strong. He brings everything in his kit that he needs to survive, and putting him in the Lifesteal set was definitely great. See, right there, we took the stun. Again, we didn't build him for resistance, but it doesn't really matter. Again, there you go, 25 seconds, stage 15, right? Let's go ahead and run a Minnow run. Minnow run stage 15. Let's take Bellower out. I don't know. Do I have any champions I really need? Probably should have thought about which champions I should have put in, guys. I probably should have thought in about which champions I should have put in for masteries. Who needs masteries here? Who needs masteries? You know what? For the hell of it, let's just run 4 chickens in at least. This way I can get, you know, some return on investment. But again, there we go. He's just smashing right through all the waves. This is why he's my most favorite champion. He is so just, the utilization for him is just insane. Right? We'll be at a 30-second run. As long as everybody dies early enough, it's not going to be a problem. And again, I don't have crazy insane gear. There we go, 26 seconds, right? How many of you have a champion that can farm, that does not need stupid crazy gear like Savage or anything like that, like your Ethos, to be able to farm this in under 30 seconds, right? Campaign, definitely one that is going to shine, right? He's not going to be able to do Brutal unless, you know, you put him again in really stupid gear. But what's he going to do? He's going to give you a nice, you know, 5-6 second run of campaign. There you go, 6 seconds all the way around. Let's go ahead and see if my Doom Tower is, do I have any keys? No, I do not. But I do use them on normal Doom Tower. And he will literally, with that same build, carry almost everything up. As the end, you know, when you get sort of a little higher up, you may have to throw like a Scylla the Drakes in with him. But he'll be able to solo almost every single floor in here, except for the bosses, but will be very helpful, right? he's not going to shine in Clan Boss. Now, in Arena, obviously, we could definitely have some fun with him when you put him in a team with, like, let's see here. What can we... We're not obviously going to use him in Plat, right? But if you put him in with a... let me see if we have a team here that I could take on. All right, right here. If we put him in with, like, a blender comp, right? So we'll put him there. Let's see what else we need. Let's go. Let's complement him really well and put in a Cardiel, right? So we'll put in Cardiel. Let's see who else has a strong A1. Let's see. Does my Skull Crown is Senesha, right? Traditional blender comp right here. He's just going to be able to do so much. Well, they went first. That's exactly what we wanted to do, but they were just much faster than me. So let's go ahead and do that again. She's out anyways, so we'll take her out because she doesn't have any gear. And let's throw in our Arbiter because I know we'll be faster than that, right? There we go. Give Arbiter the lead. Here we go. That should be a little bit better for us, right? Go ahead. Let's get that out of here. Boom, goes. We actually locked out the Eric's right there, right? Which is actually pretty strong. And not gonna lie, pretty funny. But he's not built, you know, as a straight out nuker. Now you could build him a little more survivability, right? And use him for that Eric's, man. Kampachi, tell your girl to slow her roll, okay? Tell your girl to slow her roll. That Eric's is strong. But you can see here, he did more damage than our Senesha when they went off their A1. So definitely, definitely just very strong. And I'm guessing, yeah, see, even Senesha's not built. So not the best showcase, but yeah, this is why he's my favorite champion, guys. He is so undervalued with a lot of players where, you know, we do need our Ethos to do all of the endgame stuff, or we do need our Herndeg to farm out some of the dungeons. But he just comes in with minimal resources and can progress your account and shine. If you only need to invest this much in him, imagine what resources now you can take and allocate to another champion. So he is hands down my favorite, and this is why. That said, guys, if you enjoyed this content, smash that like button, consider subscribing, and do let me know down in the comments down below what you think. And make sure, if you have some time, swing by on Sunday and watch us for the Knights of Teleria podcast, where you get myself, JR Star 3, Nacho Plays 50, Gestel Gaming, Jarrett Gaming, along with Final Kampachi, where we talk everything Raid Shadow Legends, talk about the good, the bad, the ugly. And as always, guys, much love, much appreciation. Be safe, be well, be good to each other. I'll catch you guys next time.